What's up, guys? We are here with STATSports and the legendary Mallory Pugh. Thank you so much for being here today.
Yes, of course.
So with you becoming a pro at such a young age, what does a typical training session look like going in and being able to perform at that high level?
Becoming a pro at a young age, it's made me kind of have to up my game, and but I've always really had like high standards for myself. So every training session is a time for me to get better. So I try and keep that high standard and really just like get after it. If I'm tired, just got to keep on going through it.
Just keep going,
yeah.
Just push through?
For sure.
How would you describe your playing mentality and your training mentality?
So I've always been taught that whatever you're doing for your training, if you're doing that like you are playing a game, when you go into a game, it's going to be easy. The training mentality is definitely more intense, and it's time for me to like fine tune things that I need to be working on, or get into the details more. And then with a game, it's like that should already be happening. So you should just go out and be able to get in a zone where you're just playing.
Now on to why we're here today, STATSports. What is it about this partnership that's really attracted you to it?
Yeah, I think growing up, like I really didn't have technology like this to be able to evolve my game. So it was really when, I think it was probably my last U20 cycle when we started wearing the GPS and GPS bras, and now it's just like, it's another training tool for you to get better. I think it was this week actually, me and Rose, we went over to the iPad and we like checked our numbers of how many high-speed, high-intensity runs we had. So it was like nice to see the actual numbers, and we're like, okay, we need to get a few more, so we're prepared for when we go into camp.
So this isn't just a product for the professionals, it's for your everyday player as well. That being said, with your experience in the product, how can an everyday player use the stats to enhance their performance?
I feel like with this, like you can really get into the details, and you can see, you can even see like a heat map of like how many passes like was where, the distance you covered total, so that you're taking care of your body. If you did too much this day, maybe you should do less this day of that. And also I think it's a big injury prevention.
Really glad you mentioned that, because not a lot of people really pay attention to recovery as young players nowadays. And I know with your entrance into the professional field, that's probably something that's been a big emphasis for you, especially coming off the numbers.
For sure.
So, kind of with the U.S. national team now, what are some of your biggest strengths with the U.S. national team heading into this summer?
I would say that we are definitely, we're in the spot like we need to be right now. We have another month to prepare, and I really believe that we're going to take it a whole nother notch. We can come up with like any lineup really. And I feel like people are comfortable playing in positions that they might only play with like their club team. Like for instance, like Crystal, Crystal for the national team is playing outside back, but really she could be playing the 10.
Almost anywhere on the field.
Exactly.
Yeah. One more question for you. What's your go-to warm-up activity or stretch before a big game?
See, I don't like before every game, like my like routine kind of changes. It's really just like how I'm feeling, but I feel like I always have to stretch like my hips out and like do like hip mobility.
I know how that feels. I'm also a little older than you. Yeah. So I'm glad I'm not the only one.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for taking some time with us today. For those of you watching at home, you guys make sure you can check out Mal Pugh this summer with the U.S. national team, rockin' STATSports, and you guys can find all the STATSports stuff right now at SOCCER.COM. We'll see you guys later.